Joining us now is the host of Crooked Media's What a Day podcast, Juanita Tolliver, and former Republican Congressman from Florida, Carlos Curbelo. Good to have both of you here. Juanita, Abe Lincoln had just been reelected in 1864. Arizona wasn't even a state yet. The territory had something like 6,400 people total. Women didn't have the right to vote in this country. Did you ever think this country in 2024 would be here?
Yes, Anna, I thought that because Republicans have been pushing for us to be here for years, right? Every time Donald Trump beats his chest saying that he single-handedly overturned Roe v. Wade, that cleared the way for bans like this and the ban that we saw the Florida Supreme Court enable and enforce last week. And so I fully expected us to get back here because that has been the intention the entire time. And I appreciate Yamiche talking through what Republicans have been trying to contort themselves into not being to blame for this. But there's no way for them to distance themselves from this reality because they have cleared the way for it to happen. I look at Arizona Republicans like Kari Lake, who just in 2022 said, oh, I'm thrilled by this 1864 law. It's a great law. And again, at Donald Trump with his appointment of 3 conservative justices with the explicit intention of overturning Roe v. Wade. And that is how we are here today. So, yes, I fully expected it, and I'm not surprised.
Congressman Donald Trump, the presumptive presidential nominee of the Republican Party, says abortion rights should be left to the states. That was his announcement this week. So is what just happened in Arizona acceptable to the GOP?
Anna, there's 2 big issues that are prominent as we approach this election. One is immigration, which is complicated and difficult for Democrats. The other is abortion, which is complicated and difficult for Republicans. You heard Donald Trump try to have it both ways earlier this week with that video. The problem is in saying that everything should be left to the states means that he's endorsing every state's particular policy, and that as this campaign, as this election approaches, Democrats are going to be making the argument, I think validly, that Trump is responsible for all of these different policies in states like Arizona and a lot of states in the Southeast that have enacted very strict bans that most people in those states don't even support. So
what do you think? Is he responsible?
Well, listen. He has taken credit for overturning Roe versus Wade. He did appoint the justices that ultimately made that decision. So if the overturning of that precedent opened the door to all these new policies, of course he has to own at least a portion of those policies. Now, he has criticized the Florida policy, the 6-week ban, but still, at the end of the day, he can't have it both ways. If he's going to take credit for overturning Roe, then he's got to own all of the consequences.
Juanita, the Arizona Attorney General had this message about the law yesterday.
As long as I am Attorney General of the state of Arizona, no woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this draconian law. No woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this law as long as I am Attorney General.
We all know Arizona is a crucial state in 2024. President Biden won it in 2020 by just about 10,000 votes. There's also the hotly contested Senate race there this year, and now an abortion rights amendment might be on the ballot as well. Juanita, will this drive Democratic turnout?
I think it will drive Democratic turnout, and I think voters are gotta be feeling some degree of reassurance when they hear Attorney General Mays make that declaration, because this is about criminalizing pregnant people. This is about criminalizing healthcare workers. And so having Democrats in place, this is the type of response and protections that people can expect. I also think that it'll also have appeal across partisan lines, just like we saw in Montana, Kansas, Kentucky. When abortion rights and constitutional amendments are ballot measures, then we know that Republicans, independents, and Democrats fall in line when it comes to protecting those rights or codifying those rights as part of their constitutions. And so I think this is something that's not only going to motivate and mobilize Democratic voters, but voters across the political spectrum.
Just quickly, Congressman, we've learned the vice president is going to Arizona on Friday. And take a listen to what she said in a podcast this week.
You look at state after state where they're passing these abortion bans, and the majority of the legislators doing it are men. telling women what to do with their body. And I've kind of had it with that, you know?
So if you look across the country, there are 16 states that have now created extreme limitations to abortion rights. Nationwide, we know women make up about 32% of state legislatures, according to the Center for American Women and Politics. Congressman, what do you think? Is that gender disparity the biggest factor here or something else?
Well, I think it is a factor, but what the vice president is trying to do is speak to those, especially suburban women, who have been critical in deciding which party wins elections over the last decade, trying to appeal to them, trying to make this issue prominent in their minds as they prepare to make a decision regarding election 2024. And Arizona is a state where this battle between the immigration issue and the abortion issue is a big deal and could be decisive. If immigration is what voters are thinking about, that's a benefit for Republicans. Right now, in the wake of this Arizona Supreme Court ruling, abortion is the most prominent issue in that state. That benefits Democrats.
Former Congressman Carlos Curbelo and Juanita Tolliver, thank you both.
Hey, everyone. MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.